For day one of the Ramadan recipe series, we are making cheese fatair, cheese pide, whatever you call it. It's absolutely delicious. Now, this recipe holds a very special place in my heart. There was a summer that we had spent in Libya, and every morning my dad and I would walk to the local bakery and get some of these fresh. The dough is actually pretty easy to make. It's all-purpose flour, water, salt, yogurt, and olive oil. You're gonna let that rest for a while, and then we're gonna make our filling, which is feta and mozzarella. Then we're gonna add in a beaten egg, some Aleppo pepper, parsley, dried mint, black pepper, garlic powder, and some black seeds. Mix that all together, and then you're gonna portion out your dough into balls just like this. Stretch it out, shape it into a bow, add the cheese filling in the center, and seal it up just like this. Brush with some milk or cream, pop in the oven to bake until they're beautifully golden just like this. In the next part of the Ramadan series, we are gonna be doing a meat version of these, so stay tuned. We have so many amazing Afghan restaurants next to us, and my favorite thing to order is the potato bolani. Now, I'm obviously not a professional, nor is this traditional at all, but last year I saw someone use raw tortilla as a hack for the bread, and I put it to the test. It turned out amazing. For the filling, we're going to start out by boiling our potatoes until soft and tender. To that, you're going to add leeks or green onions, jalapeno, lots of cilantro, a little bit of cream cheese, black pepper, red pepper flakes, cumin, coriander, salt, and some fresh garlic. Mix that all together, and then for the hack, we have our raw tortillas. We're going to add it on one side. I like a lot of filling, so I added a lot. Fold it in half, press down, and just repeat with the rest. Then you're going to fry them up in a pan until beautifully golden and crispy, and that is basically it. If you've never had eggs Turkish style, you're definitely missing out. You really can't go wrong with poached eggs, but then you add that delicious creamy yogurt sauce and chili oil, and it just couldn't be more perfect. The first thing we're going to do is toast some bread with olive oil to get it nice and crispy in the oven. Then we're going to work on our chili oil. It's just butter, olive oil, garlic, Aleppo pepper, red pepper flakes, salt, cumin, and coriander. Moving on to the base of this dish, we're going to be using my favorite Fage Total Plain Greek yogurt. To it, we're going to add our olive oil, garlic, salt, black pepper, lemon zest, and dough. The yogurt is packed with protein, and look at how thick and creamy it turns out. Now all that's left to do is poach your eggs, and then we're going to assemble. Yogurt on the bottom, then add your poached eggs, lots of chili oil, and then I like to add some chives and fresh mint on top to finish it off. Then you can break into that runny yolk with your crispy bread and enjoy. If I had $1 for every comment that told me there's no ketchup in Big Mac sauce, I think I'd be rich. So I did the research on how to properly make it, and this is how it's done. I figured I might as well make it again so that I could try out the Big Mac tacos. So you're going to combine mayo, mustard, sweet pickle relish, white vinegar, paprika, which is what actually gives it that color, then some onion powder, garlic powder, and white pepper. And I'm sorry, but I still had to add ketchup because I love it. Then you'll flatten the ground beef onto your flour tortillas, add salt and pepper, and then throw it on the pan to cook. Flip it over, add the cheese, let it get melted, and then you just add all your toppings to enjoy. The most delicious breakfast you can meal prep, and it comes together all in one sheet pan and in the oven. I love how versatile it is. You can add anything into the filling, enjoy as is, or even throw it into a sandwich. We're going to start out by cracking a lot of eggs, and then for our secret ingredient, we're going to be using Silk Organic Almond Milk, which makes this recipe so creamy. We're also going to add chopped spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, crumbled feta, and a few other spices. Mix that all together and then transfer to a tray or a baking pan that's been lined with parchment paper and sprayed with lots of oil, and bake until fully set in the center. The 3-pack carton of almond milk is exclusively sold at Costco, so now that I have so much, I'm already thinking about what flavor combo to do next for this sheet pan egg bake. And there you have breakfast all sorted out for the week ahead. This summer has truly been the season of pasta salads, but what's really frustrating is that my favorite restaurant, Mendocino Farms, took out their pesto pasta salad right when summer came. So we're gonna make it at home and even better. We'll start by toasting some garlic and pine nuts in olive oil, and then we're gonna boil our pasta in some salted water on the side. To make our pesto from scratch, we're gonna add lots of basil, lots of extra virgin olive oil, some spinach, parmesan, lemon zest, lemon juice, black pepper, salt, and the pine nuts and garlic that we fried earlier. Blend until it's beautifully vibrant green just like this, and then we're going to get our boiled pasta, add our tomatoes, mozzarella pearls, shaved parmesan, all the pesto, and lots of chopped spinach. Mix it together really well until it looks like this, and then you can chill it in the fridge before enjoying. I'm telling you now, one bite of these Cajun shrimp stuffed Alfredo pasta shells will get someone to fall in love with you immediately. It's cheesy, creamy, crispy all at the same time. You're going to start out by sauteing some shrimp and bell peppers in butter and olive oil with chili powder, salt, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, and a little bit of cayenne. Now take the shrimp and peppers out of your pan. In the same pan, saute some garlic with butter, and then you're going to add in heavy cream, Cajun seasoning, dried basil, lemon, parmesan, cream cheese, parsley, and some salt and pepper. Once the pasta shells are cooked al dente, we're going to add some sauce to the bottom of our baking dish, stuff the shells, add more sauce, cover with cheese, and then pop in the oven to bake. At the end of the baking session, you're gonna broil it on top to get it nice and crispy, and that is basically it. And now we just enjoy. Afghan food is definitely one of my favorite cuisines, and since moving out of the Bay Area, I've been missing the restaurants there so much. One of their signature dishes is chapli kebab, which is basically like a thin hamburger slash kufta, and it's packed with so many herbs and spices and just an insane amount of flavor. To our ground beef, we're going to add red onion, green chili, cilantro, green onions, mint leaf, crushed tomato, garlic, ginger, egg, corn flour, and a bunch of spices. Shape into patties and fry in some ghee until golden and crispy. Now, this recipe is not 100% traditional. There are some ingredients that are hard to find, like pomegranate seeds, but it really gets the craving satisfied when you're not able to get the real deal. And now all that's left to do is enjoy. I finally recreated the famous potato chip omelet from the show The Bear, and in Natalie's words, I could cry. The scene where Sydney was making this French omelet was just so beautiful that I was immediately craving it after, even though I've never had one before. We're going to start out by cracking really fresh eggs, and then you're going to run them through a sieve so that they're super smooth. Whisk until you have a consistency that's almost like water, and then we're going to salt it and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Now over medium-low heat, melt on some butter, add the eggs, and you're going to start using a rubber spatula to swirl in circular motions while shaking the pan until you have a custard-like texture. Then we'll pipe some boursin, roll it up tightly using more butter, and then transfer it to your plate and make it look picture perfect. Now, if you already thought that was a crazy amount of butter, we're going to brush more butter on top, add chives and crushed potato chips, and now we just enjoy. Okay, I know I'm not the only one who wants an appetizer all to themselves as the main dish, so that's why we're going to make these poke nachos for dinner. We're going to start out with some tuna that is suitable for eating raw, and we're going to add sriracha, sesame oil, soy sauce, and lime juice to it. You can also add Kewpie mayo. I decided to skip out on it this time, and then we're going to take some Eggo wrappers or wonton wrappers and cut them into small triangles. Then we're going to make our spicy mayo, which is Kewpie mayo, sriracha, red pepper flakes, sesame oil, a bit of sugar, and lemon juice. Then we'll fry our wonton wrappers in hot oil until they're beautifully golden and bubbly to look like chips. Now to your bowl, you're going to add lots of wonton chips as a base, add the tuna on top, and then any toppings you like. I did green onions, sesame seeds, jalapenos, and avocado, and then also some mango. And that's it.